There is something so weird now about New York City where there's so many less people on the streets that it does feel like it's ripe with opportunity to be, have like more interactions with crazy people or like muggings. Like it feels a little more dangerous if it's just, it sounds almost, counterintuitive, but if there's 100 people walking on the street, I feel way safer than if there's just me and one other guy.
100%. Well, that's what makes me, I tweeted this, but it makes me excited about the new stupid governor de Blasio fucking, we're going to have pop-up performers and idiot dancers sashaying up and down Broadway. It's like, I can't wait until somebody that hasn't been able to afford their meds for the last 12 months stabs one of these Broadway dancers right in the thigh.
Yeah, it's not going to be awesome. It's not going to be good. So all I have to do is walk one block to my car because even though it's impossible to park there, can't be taught. So I found one, and I'm walking back to the car, and there's an overhang of this 1 block strip, and I see a dude like already walking towards me, and I'm on my phone, but I'm doing this thing of like doing an ocular assessment while I'm looking up from my phone at him, and from like 10 feet away. He starts doing his pitch to me. He starts he's holding up what I thought initially was a CD. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to be like, let me show you my hip hop track kind of a thing instead. Right. But instead he opens it up with,
briefly. Sorry. Mm-hmm. I saw that you just jogged my memory. Like my first couple days in New York City, right outside the Virgin Megastore. Remember when that was a thing? The Virgin fucking Megastore in Times Square. I watched a guy get like a fucking farm fresh whatever kid from Kansas or whatever, but he was this giant like farmhand dude, and he was talking like hip hop. He's like, yeah, whatever, and he's like walking with him doing the whole pressure thing. He like, what's your name? He tells him, he like signs his name on the disc or whatever, and he was like, oh, all right, here you got here, and he gives him the disc, and he's like, all right, cool, I'll listen. And the guy's like, $10, and he's like, yeah, I'm not paying for this. And the guy goes, I just signed your name, you have to. And the guy goes, oh yeah, and threw it into the middle of Broadway. And I was like, that dude is my fucking hero. I've never seen anything like that before.
And what did they do about it?
Nothing. They did nothing because the guy was huge, and he was like, oh yeah, go fuck yourself. It's a blank CD anyway. You're just being a piece of shit. Like, just beat it, dude. You got caught.
100%. So this dude is walking towards 10 feet away, starts his pitch, and I got to walk right towards him. So now I'm like, and I'm also midway through the block, so I can't even I have to go past him. There's no way to avoid this interaction. So, so his pitch starts with, yo, my man, do you like pussy? Do you like sex?
Strong opener.
Then he goes, do you like
what is
sex?
What is he reading our Blue Chew ad?
Yeah. I hope we have one because boy, is this a perfect place for it.
Yeah. If we don't, so he goes, use the other two.
He goes, yo, you like pussy? You like hot sex? And then I'm immediately like, thanks, man. Not to, like, I'm just to keep walking. And now he's doing the thing where we've passed, and now he's walking with me, and he's trying to hand me apparently a DVD, not a CD. And he goes, and I'm just going, no, thanks, man. And he's pushing this, hot sex thing to me, and I go, and then I block him out for a second, whatever his pitch is. But then I tune back in because he says to me, yo, my man, you look like Brad Pitt. And I was like, what was that, man? All right, what are we selling? Let's
what do you have to offer? Because
let's talk about it. And what exactly about Brad Pitt do you think I look like? Is it the striking looks? Is it the hair? What? Tell me more about that.
Body fat?
Yeah. So he goes,
career trajectory.
He goes, you look like Brad Pitt. And I go, huh? And then he holds up the DVD and he goes, $1. And I go, oh, no, man. And then he goes, 50 cents. And I was like, that's how quickly this guy was bartering to sell this sex DVD porn. And he started at $1. That was his hope was to get $1 for it. Not even enough, not even half the money to ride the subway once. And then he went immediately down to 50 cents. And then I just went, no. And then he stopped walking, was going to move on to somebody else. And then as I'm walking away, he just goes, don't be afraid of that pussy now. Don't know
I mean,
who or what that means.
Words to live by if I've ever heard it. If I've ever heard them. Don't be afraid of that pussy now. New shirt going up on podcastmerch.com.
Yeah, with a cat as the pussy. But also it's like, I don't even know. Just guys, I've never seen someone try to sell me a DVD of porn for $1.
Yeah, well, best case scenario is it was stolen. Right. Worst case scenario is it's gotten its fair bit of use and he no longer needed it and could, profit with $1.
No. Worst case is it was child porn. That's worst case. And it was written on like a like CD, like a DVR, like it was like a burned CD. It wasn't like the original in packaging. Right. There's no artwork.
The label was filled out in crayon. So you're like, I don't know. That's not a good omen.
If anything, that all signs point to no on this one. Pal,
It's just the cover is Ernie burying Bert's face in a pillow. And
he just needs to unload this now.
Please, somebody draw me and Feeney as Bert and Ernie. And you know what? I'll give Feeney the top position. He could be banging me in the butt, but have him just bend me over with my face, just give it a thumbs up smile. New T-shirt.
Please don't.
Jeremiah.
Yeah. Brutal though, man. I couldn't. It was such a weird thing, but also a part of me was like, you always have that moment when there's someone is like doing the walk and sell with you when they won't leave you alone, where there's always that thing of fight or flight where you go, this might turn violent in a second. Like he might just be like, oh yeah, and just fucking start attacking me, and you don't know what to do. And I looked around, I was completely alone. There wasn't anybody for blocks.
Yeah, you don't know if you should strike first. Things that have passed through my head during that thing, especially when it gets like ramped up with the come on, man, like come on. Yeah. Like where it no longer is salesy. It's like this intimidation thing. It's like, dude, should I just push you into the street without like it letting it escalate to the proper moment when I push you into the street? Like, is that on me, or is that, is that like a loophole in the law that people know what people with discs do? Like, is that with discs? I mean, we're in a digital world, baby, and you're still carrying around a fucking disc. It's like, get out of here. You know exactly.
Yeah. Also, porn's free. I mean, stream it like an adult. What are you doing?
That's when you want to make your Irish goodbye.